everyone, so I am back with another one of my Prepping 5 Trim Healthy Mama S or Low Carb Dinners in an Hour. And I haven't done this in well over a month with the whole pandemic thing that it's been hard to even find regular groceries and everything, but I felt like it was time to kind of get back to a little bit of my normalcy. And again, this helps me stay on plan. It's the light blue card. So what I have is, yesterday was Easter, and so I'm going to make my broccoli, ham, and cheese casserole. And with that, we'll have a salad. And then garlic chicken thighs with roasted vegetables, a taco casserole, a bacon cheeseburger casserole that's going to be baked in the crock pot, and then we'll serve it over some lettuce and have pickles, tomatoes, and onions with it, and mustard and mayonnaise if you want, and even some sugar-free ketchup. And then crock pot chicken fajitas. And this recipe will take a can of Rotel and drain it and put the tomatoes in the bottom of the crock pot, season the chicken breast, lay those in and cook it. And then so that, but I've done this before, a lot of times the peppers and onions like dissolve, and so that there's still a little bit more of a texture there, we're going to add those when it's almost done cooking, but there's still a little time left. Anyway, that is it. I have two crock pot recipes, which I'm really excited about. I love crock pot recipes. I love my Instant Pot, but the crock pot for me is just my favorite. So the first thing I'm going to do is cook the chicken thighs, where I'm going to sear them, cook the garlic, add in a little broth and heavy cream, and then let that cook for a few minutes, and then let that cool, because I'm going to heat that back up later. I'm going to have to put it into a plastic container, and then probably get started on maybe the casseroles. I'll save the chicken fajitas for last, just because there's hardly any prep work today for that. And then I'm going to show you how I cheated this week. Instead of getting raw broccoli and steaming it, I bought these from Aldi. Now, they didn't have any of the cauliflower rice this week, but luckily I had bought some one of the last times I was in. I like to have like 2 or 3 of these in my freezer, so I'm glad I had that. Otherwise, it would be missing from my broccoli ham casserole. Okay, so again, I haven't done this in a while, so I feel like I'm very rusty, and I would say it's been at least a month, if not almost 6 weeks, since I've done one of these. So I have no idea how this is going to work out. I never know how it's going to work out until it's over, but when I haven't done it in a while, I don't know, but I feel like with having some of these other things that were kind of easy to do, like the chicken fajitas, that's going to be super simple. And then we don't even have to cut the chicken. We'll just cut it when it's cooked. So I'm going to get started. And I also did my notes differently this time. Usually, I have a million pieces of paper, and I just have one. So trying something different, I probably shouldn't, since it was working okay the other way. All right, so I'm going to start, like I said, with the garlic chicken thighs and get those cooking. And then, my fat, I bought 2 of these a long time ago from Amazon, and they expired this year. So I want to make sure I use these. And because we're searing the chicken thighs at a high heat, I want to make sure that I'm using a fat that can handle high heat, and the red palm oil can. So that's what I'm going to use for my fat for my chicken thighs. I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to get started, and hopefully I get this done in an hour. Alexa, set a timer for an hour.
1 hour. Starting now.
I'm going to get started with my onion for my taco casserole and my bell pepper. Landon, will you go to the back freezer and get me, I have another one of these, I believe, in there. It's not in the drawer. You may need a flashlight. Okay, so I have 2 recipes that call for cauliflower rice, so I think I have a second one back there. I really hope I do, because that really helps add to the bulk. Okay, so my taco casserole, I'm going to dice the onion and the bell pepper and throw in some hamburger meat, and I have low-fat kind of meat. I have low-fat hamburger meat, and then I have more of the higher fat. When we were limited to buying 2 packages of meat at a time and only, going to the store once a week, I bought like the big things of hamburger meat, which is the cheaper with the fattier stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one of the fattier ones with one of the leaner ones, just to help with all the fat. Okay, so I added the onion and bell pepper and 1 bag of the cauliflower rice to the 2 pounds of hamburger meat to the taco casserole that's cooking. I flipped the chicken thighs. So what I did is I seasoned them in their little styrofoam container, and then put them that skin side down, and then seasoned that side while they were in the skillet, and then I just flipped them. And I put in the 4 ounces of 1/3 less fat cream cheese, and it's softened, and so I'm going to make sure it's soft and just kind of smush it around in the bowl. I need to add the taco seasoning to the skillet. Okay, so removed the chicken thighs, added some more of the red palm oil, added the 2 tablespoons of garlic, and you need to just let it brown for 1 to 2 minutes because you don't want it to burn. And then I added the chicken broth, letting it simmer for about a minute, and then I'm gonna add the heavy cream. And the taco meat and veggies are almost finished cooking. I just took the broccoli and broth and heavy cream mixture and poured it into a bowl, and I'll let that sit for a little bit while I keep working on the taco casserole. Okay, before I add the egg, sour cream, and cream cheese mixture to the taco meat with the vegetables, I'm gonna let it cool for just a second and then get started on the bacon cheeseburger casserole. Okay, so I'm getting started on the cheeseburger casserole now. I'm cutting an onion and I've got the meat and the skillet that I use for the chicken. I'm not even going to wash that skillet. I feel like the flavors and the garlic that's left in there's not much left, but there's some garlic left. I'll just add to the flavor of the bacon cheeseburger casserole. Okay, so the taco casserole is done for today. I will wrap it with foil in a little bit when it cools off some, and then bake it. I think it's 350 for 25 minutes, and then we'll serve it with lettuce and tomato and black olives and green onions, salsa, whatever you want. They were out of cilantro when I went to the store, so hopefully if I go back, they'll have some, because I love cilantro on all my Mexican foods. Okay, so I've got the skillet going with the 2 pounds of hamburger meat, the onion and the garlic for the pizza casserole. And okay, so on the last one, I'll give you a tip. So what I did is I mixed together the cream cheese and the sour cream. And then I cracked 1 egg at a time, beat it, and then put it in. Well, what you need to do, and I'll put it in the recipe notes, is mix in each egg as you add it to the bowl, and don't try and mix them all at once, because I had a difficult time, and it probably added at least 7 to 8 minutes to my cook time right now. I am so hot. Okay, my cream cheese has literally been out since this morning, and it is 5:30, almost 5:30. And I'm hoping they are definitely soft enough to mix. Basically, I'm going to mix with this some mayonnaise, Worcestershire sauce. Still don't know if that's how you say it, but that's what you're going to get. And I'll add salt and pepper to that. So this is just going to be, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll add in the mayonnaise just a little bit at a time, because this is soft, but it didn't mix well with my eggs in the other one. I also might have cheated on the bacon because I bought from Aldi their pre-cooked bacon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cook in the crock pot. And then when it's almost done, crisp up the pre-cooked bacon and then sprinkle it on top. Or I might just sprinkle it on top of the individual bowls, I don't know. Adding the Worcestershire sauce to the cream cheese mayonnaise mixture, and I'm going to add a cup of shredded cheese. If I remember correctly, you can add some to the top. Yeah. And if you've watched before, you know I usually shred my own cheese, but I was worried that since I haven't done this in so long, that I wouldn't finish. So I bought pre-shredded cheese. That's probably way too much. It's probably a cup and a half, maybe. Okay, I'm just mixing this up. And then this will be ready to be stored in the fridge. Now, if you don't have two crock pots, just store it in a container or a baggie or something. And since I have two recipes that have, actually, well, two with fully cooked meat, and if you're worried about something going bad while it's sitting in the fridge, then save the cooked ones for last. So my chicken is cooled off and done, so it's going in its baggie. Okay, here is the broccoli ham cheese casserole. Top it with some cheese the day that we bake it. Okay, I put the rotel on the bottom. I drained it first, put in 3 chicken breasts, and now I'm going to add the seasoning. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have 20 seconds left on your 1 hour timer.
Okay, 20 seconds left, but that means I still did it. Okay, my kitchen's a bit messier than normal, but I made it. I'm tired. I don't have much else to say. Alexa, cancel. I realized while I was making this that I had 2 Mexican kind of themed meals in 1 week. If you are not as big of a fan, Alexa, cancel. then you can change it up. But it is 2 different protein sources, chicken breast and hamburger meat. And you can even, if you do Trim Healthy Mama, you can make the chicken fajitas into an e-meal. So you do have that kind of choice to play with that. And I am going to say goodbye. And if you like what you see, and I don't even know, I feel like I'm a hot mess, but you can subscribe to our channel, and I hope to learn how to edit so that I can get other videos out faster to help other people on the Trim Healthy Mama plan, to help stay on plan even in busy lives. And my website, I try to get recipes out at least a few times a week, if not a few in a day. And you can hop over to jenniferoverstreet.com for a lot of recipes. I post monthly menus, sometimes weekly menus, sometimes what I ate in a day. But if you want, you can check it out, and I've got plenty of recipes over there. And that is all until next time.